Here we go.
Cool.
Que Padre.
What up?
What's up, man? What's up?
What's up, Chris? How you doing, big dog?
Chilling right here, man.
Aquí nomás.
Another month. Another month.
Another another month. That is for real. That's yeah. That is for sure a thing. But welcome everybody to Que Padre, a fatherhood podcast about Latino fatherhood, fatherhood in general, relationships, mental health, and everything in between. Uh, I am your host, Froilan, with my co host, Chris. Uh, it is November, which means it's our Thanksgiving episode.
November
Um,
28th.
November 28th, 2023. It's insane how fast this year has gone. Insane. Um, yeah, man, I can't believe how fast everything's going.
Seriously.
But um, but yeah, man. So here we are. Este, I am starting our Instagram a little bit late here, but I'm starting it. Uh, Hello to all the people that are going to be joining us soon over here. Um, but today, I wanted to start off by saying Happy Thanksgiving. If anybody celebrates that out there, I know, trying to stay politically correct. Some people don't celebrate it. Some people do Indigenous Remembrance Day or whatever it might be. The idea is if you spend time with your family and you're thankful for what you have, regardless of what's going on in the world. Um, that's kind of the idea here. But uh, I think we should start with a couple things that we're thankful for throughout the year, um, and maybe go from there. I have some thoughts about where we should go today, but Chris, why don't you start us off? What are a couple things that you are thankful for this year, today, whatever?
Main thing I'm thankful for is life, bro. Um, life. Period. That I have the opportunity and to wake up every morning. Because, I mean, shit. It's been a crazy couple years, at least for this side of town, And
Mm-hmm.
the main blessing is just to be able to wake up every morning. Thank God that we're up, we're able to do it, we're healthy enough to do whatever we have to do for the day, and hope God blesses us another day, so that we can continue doing better the next day. Uh, Also, I'm thankful for my family and I'm thankful for my children, that regardless of who does who for who and who is there for them or for me or for everybody, we're a family and we've learned to stick together through thin and thick, So, yeah, that's what I'm thankful for.
Awesome. I mean, there are many things we could be thankful for. You kind of hit all the important things that are important to you, and I'm sure a lot of those things are important to other people too. For myself, I am same thankful for life. I guess, thankful for health to a certain extent. I mean, I'm very mad and angry that my knee hurts and I can't play soccer like I used to. I can't play soccer. It's been kind of rough, but I can still walk. I can still chase my kids, which is I think the goal. Um,
That's the
I'm thankful
important
for.
part.
I'm thankful for the life that I've been able to kind of build for myself with Vero and with the kids and thankful that I'm able to have this life.
Yeah.
I'm very fortunate to be where I am and what with what I have. And of course, I'm also thankful for you and for Que Padre, for still giving us a little bit of a space to connect, to talk, to share, to discuss, to argue, to debate, to throw ideas up. It's I feel like it doesn't get any easier. It's always a little bit of a struggle to get more activity and more things going. But you know what? We're fathers. We're adults. We work. We we got things to do. So I'm just glad that we have an opportunity to come up here and share that. So yeah, man. So that's what I'm thankful for. As far as the topic today, I kind of wanted to bring something up that I guess I've been kind of not, well, I don't want to say dealing with, but something I've kind of been experiencing. I've been thinking about, for a while now. But it's how, essentially, it's how, we're talking about how we are changing the stereotype, right? How we're changing how we communicate with our kids, how we put our guards down and talk about our emotions a little bit per se, how we express ourselves to our kids, and at the same time try to promote that behavior of expressing how you're feeling, expressing your thoughts, and sharing with me or your parents, what you're thinking about and what you're going through. You and I obviously are in two different points of fatherhood. I have a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old, so the way they express how they're feeling is going to be different the way that your kids express.
Yeah, of course.
You got a middle school or an elementary school. Like it's different. Um, but I think it's important for us. Kind of like when you're, and I'm going to use this one a lot. Well, I'm not a lot, but I'm going to use this one specifically. It's like when I'm playing golf. I've been
Hmm.
getting really into golf a lot lately, and I don't know how or why, but I just have.
Yeah.
Um, and I like it, and I like to get better at it. So I have to kind of pay attention to the details, right? I have to pay attention to how I'm holding the golf club, how I'm gripping it,
Hmm.
how am I standing, am I lining up by the ball? Like there's a lot of little things that I have to pay attention to in order to be better, right? Same
Right.
thing goes with communication and helping our kids to communicate, or at the same time picking up those cues that they may be giving us that we're not paying attention to, or where maybe we're ignoring.
Mm.
Um, Not because we want to, but because we don't know any better, right? But for me specifically, I have a situation where, and I know we were talking about it earlier. So my daughter is really, really having a hard time going to sleep. She is essentially fighting us. She's not wanting to stay in the room. Obviously there's a long laundry list of things that kids come up with, um, that all of a sudden they have a bunch of things to take care of, right? So what I was talking to Vero earlier about was, you know what, she is gonna miss us. She's going to bed, but she's gonna miss us. She only saw us from, I don't know, five to about 7:30. So it's only what,
Mhm.
2.5 hours. She was at school
Yeah.
all day. She's gonna miss us, you know. So it's really hard to take a step back and be like, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, as opposed to, hey, mija, I'm gonna miss you. I know we didn't get to spend a lot of time today, um, but trying to communicate with you. Papi loves you, mommy loves you. I need you to get your rest. Blah blah blah. I think that's kind of where our internal struggle of how we grew up is where we're changing things, right? Because when we were kids in the room, ahí nos dejaban. Váyanse a dormir, cabrones. Y vámonos. They close the door y te quedabas llorando, or or you know, te quedas llorando, or they came in, beat your ass y a dormir,
Yeah.
and you know, as part of what we're trying to change. So to go into a question and open discussion here, what what ways do you use to communicate how you're feeling with your kids, or what ways are you enabling them to communicate to you?
Let me go back. Fuck. 35. Let me go back 35 years, and let me explain how my parents did it, and how my ex and myself handled things. Obviously, with the time that I had at the house.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my parents, just like you, would have a bedtime like around 8 o'clock, 8:30. More or less, there was either there was a show on TV that would either end, or a show on TV that would start, that would kind of kick in. Okay, it's time to take a shower. After your shower, you get dressed with your pajamas, because I was, as a kid, I always had pajamas, right? And then we would have something light for like a late dinner, like, pan dulce con un vaso de leche, stuff like that. Um, and then we would watch TV for like an hour to like 8 o'clock, right? Whatever show
Okay.
was on, or movie, or whatever. But the one that was on top of that usually was my dad, because my dad was the one that would be sitting down with us to watch TV, or kind of like do a summary of the day, right? After he already had his dinner, he already showered himself. He's already done for the night, and he's ready to just chill, and basically go to bed in a few hours.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the routine that we had every single day, Monday through Thursday, I would say, because obviously Friday nights we would stay late playing outside. Saturday, igual, or unless we went to a party or to like a family gathering or whatever, and then Sunday, obviously, get ready for the Monday coming up.
Yeah.
But it was always that same routine. It was I never I don't remember us having that trouble of like going to sleep,
Yeah.
right? Because it was always uh my mom would take us to bed. I remember she would take us in. I'm not embarrassed about it, say it or anything, but she would take us in. We would talk a little bit. She would talk more to my brother than me, and we would say our prayers, and ya se iba y cerraba la puerta. Whether we were asleep or sleepy or not, se iba y cerraba la puerta. There was no lights in the room, and that was it. That was
Yeah.
it. The kind of the same thing we did with Adrian when he was little, um, by himself, but it was a little harder because remember we worked retail, right? So a
Yeah.
lot of the times we would get home late, right? We would get
Yeah.
home later after 9 o'clock. Um, so by that time he was already in bed. But because I would get home late, obviously, oía algo, o veía la luz,
Yeah.
right? So he would get up. Well, he wouldn't get up, but he'd be half asleep, and he would he used to have this thing where he would call me out and be like, "Papacito, I want eche." So, but this is already when he was already talking. Yeah, yeah, he was already going to preschool, private preschool, and but he was like, ya dejando el biberón. It was basically just to sleep, right?
Yeah.
Pero ya llegaba yo, I would sit with him for like 5 minutes. Okay, mijo, I'm home. I hope you had a good day today. Blah blah blah. Don't forget that he loves you, and you have a good night. Okay, okay, Daddy. Good night. Like 20 good nights before you leave the door. And good night, Daddy. Okay, good night, good night. I love you. Good night. Pero sí, apagaba todas las luces. I would even do this just so that he wouldn't hear me in the next room for a while. But believe it or not, me iba yo al gym
I believe
para
you.
no hacer ruido, Y ya llegaba yo una hora después, 2 horas después, ya cuando llegaba, pues ya están todos dormidos. So it wasn't really a struggle with my kids. It wasn't really a struggle with myself either. Um, Main thing I can think it was is because we had that habit of always turning everything off y o se quedaba ella con él y ya que se dormía, pues ya ella ya salía y hacía sus cosas o igual se dormía ella because she would
Hmm.
go in early.
Yeah.
Pero ya cuando llegaba yo, pues ya estaban dormidos. So that's the only thing that I can kind of coincide with you where we're missing something like I missed you today or they missed you is because my because of work obviously I would only get to see them shit sometimes even not even an hour throughout the day, but again it was because of work.
Yeah.
Pero obviously on my days off and still to the day my days off is them.
Yeah.
So that's where I would make up.
Yeah. Well, that was just one example that I had that I'm kind of going through, right? Where
Yeah,
you they the way they communicate that they miss us, at least in my interpretation,
yeah,
is them not wanting to let us leave the room, right? No te vayas.
yeah,
I'm not asleep. Read me a book. Read me another book.
yeah,
Give me another blanket.
yeah.
I'm hot. The different things that come up is they don't want you to leave. And that's maybe the way that they're expressing the fact that they missed you. They don't want to leave. They want that attention. They want that connection. They want that time, which I get.
Correct.
I mean, it is what it is, and obviously we'll navigate those as we navigate them. But that's just one example of how we try and communicate with them, right?
Yeah.
So, what about you? What's something, or now that your kids are older, a time or an example of when you were trying to talk to your kids or trying to get them to talk, or maybe a situation where you open up the stage for them to talk and they start talking.
Well, it's been that itself it has been a little. I won't say struggle, but it's been something that I've had to work pretty hard at because of my situation, right?
Yeah.
There's I don't know sometimes if what I'm whatever information I'm relaying to them is exactly the same as the other party is, but for the most part it's usually pretty similar, right? But I have always told them, and this is something that I had to train myself more than training them, is I had to train them to be there for them, right? To not miss either important days and dates or important situations, right? Even if they were to me maybe insignificant, to them it might not be, right?
Yeah.
So, and then that's what I've noticed lately, that there's a lot of kids, bro. A lot of kids, a lot of kids that are in single parent households, whether it's they live with their mother or they live with their father, right? And they go vice versa to each other's house. So I've noticed, for example, one of the last little things that Iris had at her school was She had like a kind of like a jugathon for like the veterans, right? And I already know some of the parents that go, some of the dads that go to those things, and it's usually one parent. There's a couple kids that have both, but it's usually one parent. And but then there's kids that neither one of them go, right? And the reason I bring this up is because I asked my daughter, hey, your friend, the one that usually the parents don't come for whatever things are coming up, what do you guys talk about, or what makes you guys friends? What is it that made you hang around with her? They said, oh, that well, she basically has the same life that I do. Their mom and her dad are not together, blah blah blah, and this and that, and then she'll try to kind of not tell me too much, but then like I kind of keep my distance a little bit just because obviously I don't want to push, but at the same time obviously I want what they're hanging around with. I want to know what is it that they speak about and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
like I'll bring it up later. Hey, what about? Hey, remember we were talking about your friend? And it's, oh yeah, Dad. Unless she tells me, Daddy, I don't want to talk about this anymore, or I don't feel comfortable, then I leave it alone, right?
Yeah.
But I'll bring it up again at a later time. And hey, remember you were talking about this? Blah, blah. So what happened? Why do you think her parents are like this, or why do you think her mom or her dad are like this? And then I'll kind of relay it to us. Well, what do you think? Do you think that mommy is doing a good job at this situation? Do you think that daddy is doing a good job at in this situation? And if not, tell me how I can make things better for you.
Yeah.
And if she obviously says something like, well, something that it cannot be done, then I'll explain to her. Then I'll get into a mode where more of a parent now where when we had this is a situation where it can't be changed, blah blah blah, but you already know that you can count on me. I'm here for you, bro. Same thing I tell them all the time. Not letting them forget why is it that I'm here for them. I'm
Yeah.
not I'm not here because I have to. I'm here because I want to, right? I'm not your father because I have to be your father. I'm your father because I want to be your father, right? I want to live old to see you grow. I want to live old to see you go to school and do the things that you want to do, right?
Yeah.
So that's more of a thing that I keep on, and both of them telling them, but more my daughter that she's in that age where I know she's thinking a lot, or I already went through with Adrian, and now I know how to do it with Iris. Makes it a little easier, but still, every kid is a bit different.
No, I agree.
So it's just a matter of taking the obvious problem, leaving it to the side, and making it all because of them. You know, make them the highlight of my day, making them the highlight of the week or the month or whatever it is.
So I'm gonna pull you back a little bit because I don't want this to be like only having your kids talk to you about the negative stuff. Like obviously we want to hear about all the negative stuff, right? Like
Right.
we want to hear about if they're getting bullied. We want to hear if something's not right. We want to hear if something's wrong. Obviously, those are the things that you want to hear, and that's
Yeah.
perfectly fine. But I'm saying like like opening conversation, opening them up to have them just tell you
Well, as far as
you
as
know,
far as any
the
highlights, I
regular,
don't.
not even highlights, not
Well,
even
right.
highlights, like
Well,
just
right.
whatever
That's what I'm
whatever
saying.
they're thinking.
Any highlights, anything that is not negative, I don't have a problem with because I don't even have to ask them and they'll tell me,
Yeah.
right? So, for example, my son signed up for basketball yesterday, right?
Okay.
And it was a bit of a bittersweet because the team that he wants to join play with is already full,
Hmm.
right? And he wants to join that team because he already knows the coach and he already knows half of the players and he already knows kind of like how everything works. But as I explained it to him, and I think from what he told me, has how his mom explained to him as well, is that he has put a lot of work into this whole basketball thing for him not to play because a team is full, right? So this is where the life example thing came in, where I told him, I go, look, mijo, in all your life you're gonna play for different people. It's never gonna be the same. It might not even be the person that you want to play for,
Yeah.
right? But this is what's gonna make you better because you're gonna learn and you're gonna nitpick from every single little person that you played with or played for, and you're gonna grab the best of them, and you're gonna make it better for you, right? So making that negative for him that he was already thinking, no, I don't want to play because I'm not gonna be with coach, and it's gonna suck, and we're gonna lose, and blah blah blah, this and that, right?
Yeah.
So instead of not telling them anything or going that route, I'm like, you know what? Nah, this might be your chance to for it to be a highlight for you.
Yeah.
Instead of being the number two, the number three player in the team, you could take over the team and make it your team, and you're the highlight of the team,
Simon.
right? And let everybody know in that other team, hey, you know what? I'm doing it. I got it. Make your work show, right? Make that effort that you did do all this past year, make it show. Not that you have to prove it to anybody, but you got to prove it to yourself that all the work that you did, it's for a reason. All right, cool. That sounds good. Then I like that idea. I like that. All right. So instead of kind of like, ah, shit, fuck, because I did think about it all night. I was like, man, fuck, we worked all this hard, and I already know Adrian. As soon as he gets discouraged, he doesn't want to do it. It's like he freezes, right? So how can I get him out of it? How can I get him out of it? So I know when he signed up, I kept on calling him. So who was there? Oh, just nobody, just the same people. Okay, so what'd you think? Well, I don't know. They just asked me what team I wanted to play, and I told them, but they said that the team was full, and they might put me on another team. Okay, so what do we think about this? Well, how are we gonna tackle this? Well, I don't know. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna do it, and we'll see what happens. So that's more of a thing that I wanted him to give me an answer. Instead of letting letting myself solve it.
Yeah.
And have him open up to how he felt about the situation. Because
So
that's
here's
something
the
that I didn't think about when we were signing up. I was like, fuck.
yeah.
I didn't think
Now,
about that the team might be full and then it
yeah.
might not be exactly what we thought it was going to be.
So
You
here's
know?
the flip side to that, right? And going back into what I'm trying to poke at the whole time is, was he able to open up, or
Yeah. Yeah.
was
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
like he just gave you the, well, oh no, the team, it was full, it's gonna suck, and yes, he
Well,
quedó.
this is exactly how it went down, right? So he texts me. Is that Dad? Can you text Coach to see when are the signups? All right, cool. I text him. He texts me right away. Oh, the signups are tomorrow. He's a A, bro. But I'm sorry. Unfortunately, all the kids from my previous team are signing up again, and my team is full. Unbeknownst to me, I guess the mom already had spoken to the coach about it, and Adrian texts me, so, "Oh yeah, but I can't even be on the team." Right. So now I'm thinking exactly how am I gonna explain this to Adrian? Okay,
Yeah.
because I get how maybe his coach might explain it, or maybe how his mom could explain it, but I know my son, and I got to figure out how to explain it to him so that he doesn't get discouraged. Correct?
Yeah.
Um, what I thought about right away was, like I said, I wanted to hear what he thought first, right?
Hmm.
So before he signed up, we already knew the answer, and I kept on asking him, "So what's up? What are we thinking? What are we doing?" Because it's always us, right? We. Because I'm there with them. What are we doing about this? How are we going to tackle this? Well, I don't know. I got to think about it. Okay, but what are we going to do? Like, are you mad? Are you sad? Are you upset? Are you nervous? He said, "Well, I'm a little disappointed, but mom says, I've been working hard at this, and I should push through it." I go, "Okay, what do you think about that? Do you think it's the right move to do, or should we just forget it and look somewhere else?" He said, "No, well, I've been wanting to play, and I've been waiting for this past year, and I've been wanting to do it, so I think I'm just gonna do it. If the team is not available, then I'm just gonna play, and I'm gonna give it my all." So that's when it came in what I told you previously about the life lesson, and how I'm making it more instead of it being his problem, I'm making it our problem so that he sees that again he doesn't even have to think twice about him opening up or asking me any types of questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's no ifs or buts about it. Like he already knows I'm with them 100% regardless.
Yeah, no, and I think that that's and I was hoping you would give me more of a detailed story, but yeah, it's what you did. So you kind of poked at him a little bit and trying to see what his thoughts were actually were. It wasn't just
Yeah,
like, oh, all right, cool, this is what you want to do. All right, cool, vámonos a lo que sigue. It
yeah,
was
no,
like
no, no.
actually trying to find out kind of what his train of thought was, kind of what how his decision making was going. So that's good, right? That's good. Um, to
Because
tack on another layer.
I've learned, bro. I've learned through it. When you saw him play last, he was into it, but it was more of us pushing him to do it.
Yeah.
Right now is him pushing me. Dad, I need this. Dad, this. Dad, that. Every
No
day,
acaban.
bro. Every single day, everything is about basketball. If
Ball's
it's
life,
not
baby.
about if it's not about basketball with him, it's about the NBA. Dad, did you see that move that Wemby made? Did you see that move that LeBron did, or that how we follow this Mexican kid from UCLA that just signed with the Heat, um, and we follow him a lot. I go, did you see the move that he made on LeBron the other day? Oh yeah, I saw it. What do you think? No, I like it. I
Well,
like it because I feel like I'm kind of built like him, and I'll go. Well, there you go. Save the video and let's practice that move. Okay, Dad. What were your workouts today? Oh, well, today I did this, and this. I did a little bit of plyo. I did some running, and I did a mile at school. All right, cool. What are we gonna do tomorrow? This, and this. All right, cool. You know. So, but
dope.
it's that me constant. Boom, 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 boom. Not for me, but for him because I want him to experience obviously winning, but I also want him to experience how and how much it takes to win,
Yeah.
right?
What about Iris?
Right, Iris is right now watching everything. Unfortunately, with her, she doesn't want to play,
Well, even I'm not necessarily talking about playing. I'm
and
talking about like the communication.
and she wants to. And she has a good shot, bro. She has a very natural basketball shot, but she wants to get into gymnastics. So she's bugging me about gymnastics. Bugging me. Right now with Iris, it's a little tough because we're having some issues uh, school wise, right? So we got to get to that. And
Yeah.
Iris is the type that she does shut down. She shuts down a lot. But one way or another, the truth always comes out. And this is what I always told them. And they know it. They know it. I go, you guys, one, you guys suck at lying, okay? I go, you guys suck at it, which is good. I'm glad that you guys suck at lying. But two, you guys need to learn and say more to her. But I always do the plural because it's always her and her brother, right?
Simon.
I go, you guys need to understand that whatever I tell you, whatever your mom tells you, whatever your Nina tells you, because you know their Nina is very involved with the school as well. I go, it's not because we don't like you. It's not because we want you to work more. It's because we care for you. I go, Iris, you got to realize, remember the work, all the work that your brother did to get to where he's at in school does not happen just because. It doesn't happen just because he did a little bit of work. No, remember, we were taking your brother to these classes twice a week while he was playing sports and while he still had homework at school. And it was every single week for several years, like 4 years. I go, Mija, it's taking work. This is not an overnight thing. It's taking a lot of work. So if you want to continue with your things and not put your part, not bring in your part of the cake, then these are the things that we're gonna have to do, right?
So how does she communicate to you? How does she tell you?
But so
How do you facilitate that
when I start
communication from her?
when I start talking to her like this, she's very sentimental.
Okay.
So you'll see a teardrop, right? And before I was like, you know what? There's no my Mexican will come out of me. I go, there's no reason for you to cry. Crying's not gonna get you anywhere, absolutely anywhere. But now I let it. I don't say anything. I let her express herself however she feels, because that tear could be anger, right? That
Well,
tear doesn't necessarily mean, Daddy, I'm scared of you because of how you're talking to me, or Dad, I'm sad, or this is the game that I want to play so that you don't yell at me anymore.
but how do you
Because
know what that tear means?
again, because it's not the first time that we talk, right?
But
Her,
she's told you why she's crying? Like she says,
she
like have you
no
asked her
no.
why are you crying? Like it's
So
okay to cry, but why are you crying?
a lot of times the kids are gonna tell you they don't know for everything, right? And especially now, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Remember what I'm telling you. These kids have a thing of just saying I don't know for everything,
Hmm.
right? Mm, why'd you
So then
do
you
this?
stop asking then?
No. I first thing I tell them is how much I hate the word. Okay, so that they know. Okay, I'm not gonna answer this anymore. And then I get down and I sit them down and I give them the whole lecture of whatever it is the problem is. And maybe I might base it on something when I was a kid or when her mom was a kid or whatever it is, or maybe a situation with Adrian, right? So I kind of try to relate it to a similar problem that she's going through. And little by little, I just start asking her questions and I kind of kind of make it a little bit of rhetorical when when I tell her, do you understand? Most of the time, kids are not gonna say anything, right? Or they might nod their head and just say, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't accept that. I'll ask again. Do we understand? And if they don't say anything, then here comes another one. Do we understand, or do I need to explain it again? I understand that. Okay. So we understand what we have to do, right? Yes, I understand. We understand that you cannot be lying anymore, right? I understand that I cannot lie. I understand that I have to do this. I understand that I have to do that, or whatever it is. The problem, right? But it's a thing where I have to keep on repeating myself, Roy. If I don't repeat myself, I'm not gonna get the answer.
Yeah.
So that's what we do is we have to repeat. It's a broken record every single day. 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 Tweak it, because depending on the person, but it's a broken thing every day. Or a lot of times, what I have to do with her too is I have to also, depending if it's not a problem and it's a good thing that we're having girl talk, right? I'll go a little bit down to her level, so that she feels comfortable,
Simon.
and then she'll start telling me things as well.
Okay.
So I think with every kid, even with the person, bro, I've managed a lot of people different ages from late teens to in their 30s, right? And there's ways that I have to find out for you guys to tell me the truth as well on certain things,
Yeah.
right? So how do I gain your confidence? You know,
Yeah.
I have to study you guys. I have to study my kids. I have to know their weaknesses and their strengths. Do I know everything about them? No, I will never know everything about them. There's always going to be something that they're going to hold back, you know. But for the most part, I believe I know them. Um, and obviously, I want to get to know them more. There is a lot of things that they don't tell me, but I don't think it's because they don't want to tell me. I think it's because they're told not to tell me. But again, that's a different situation, different circumstance.
Yeah.
You know?
Um. So, our friend Jessica just posted something. I think it's kind of interesting because I was trying to get at this is sort of what I was trying to get at, right? Like, so she put on here. I think a lot of us don't have the vocabulary or ability to even know what we feel. Most of us know what we think, but not what we feel. So that's probably where you're getting your, I don't know, right? Because it's not that know they don't know what they're feeling. It's just that they probably just don't know how to put it into words. They probably just can't explain. They don't have a way of expressing.
I
Maybe
don't.
maybe maybe they say maybe they're feeling anxious or nervous about wanting to ask about wanting to do gymnastics because they know they lied about something, right? So now how are they going to explain what? Why are you crying? Oh no. Well, they probably do. It's just they just don't know how to explain it in a way that's not gonna maybe in their way uh, upset you. Not that it does, but upset you or maybe they're just nervous or scared to share how they're feeling. So that's what I'm trying to get at, right? Is not necessarily make it like a broken record, but keep giving them opportunities to be able to communicate what they're feeling, right? And so maybe, and again, you know your kids better than I do, so it's not like I'm trying to tell you what to do. But sometimes I'm thinking about just the ways that we talk to Amelia to the approach that we're using with her. We can't always use the same approach because it's if it didn't work the first 5 times, what's telling me that it's gonna work the sixth time, right?
Hmm.
So that's the definition of insanity, right? Trying to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. It's not gonna work. You're gonna get the same thing. And so maybe using a different approach, maybe asking when they're not crying, maybe bringing up the topic randomly during the day, maybe like that's I guess that's what I was trying to get at is is besides obviously sitting down and going down to the levels, what other ways, what other positions, what other times can we open discussions? Which brings me to my next topic, and I'll
Well,
let you answer right now. Thinking about the way to get them talking is think about when we grew up, right? When we grew up, how many times did our dads tell us, "Mijo, I'm proud of you. You're doing a great job. I'm proud of you." You know, I still haven't heard it. I've asked, I haven't heard it. But think about it. What if you were to go up to Adrian? And again, I don't know if you do or not. You know, but what if we start a conversation with our kids in a way where like, you know what, Mija, you did a great job. You did a great job today in school. I noticed that you did a good job with your homework. Your grades are up. I'm proud of you. You really impressed me and good job, and I'm proud of you. What do you think? What do you think her response would be? Right?
from my daughter, um, which is basically on a weekly basis, like this is what I mean. Where to me it has worked. Being a broken record is because those are the things that I don't change. The I love yous, the hugs, the I'm proud of you. The I know you're doing a great job. Those little the thank you. You know, um, I don't stop it. I don't stop it at all. And I haven't. Even with Adrian, I'm looking for something that I sent him randomly, um, where I just tell him, and obviously I say Adrian because he's the one with the phone, not Iris, and I can relay through text with him, where again randomly, Mijo, you're doing a great job. I'm proud of you. Just think about all the work that you have put into your craft, and it's making sense now. You are picking the fruit of your labor, of your hard labor. This is harvesting time for you. This is where you get to pick all the good things from all the work that you've done, right? And trust me, you're just starting. But if you keep the same road, if you keep at it and keep pushing, it's only going to get better for you, right? Um, Normally with Adrian, I don't get a thank you. Again, he's older, he's 13. I don't get the I love you, daddy anymore. I get the too.
Yeah.
I go, Adrian, I love you. Too. What? Too. Okay. All right. So that's where I mean broken record, because I don't not ever tell them I love you on a daily basis, even when I don't talk to Iris, because she's outside doing who knows what with the cats and playing with her dolls or whatever it is. I always tell Adrian, don't forget, tell your sister I love you. I said good night, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Okay, don't forget, Daddy loves you. Okay, Daddy. No, okay, no. Okay, Dad. You know. Good night. I hate you. You know. So that's where more than anything, I'm a broken record is where I don't stop saying that because, like you said, we're still waiting for it, and I'm always going to be waiting for. Even though I know my parents were proud of me, whatever it is that I did, whenever I did it, I'm still waiting for the words. You know, and I think that's part of our generation for boys. I don't know if it's for girls, but for boys, is that we're always gonna wait for those words, right? And until your parents die, that's when it hits you like shit. I want to think that my parents were proud of me because I never did anything wrong. I never did anything to be for them to be not proud of me, but I never heard it.
Simon.
I never heard it, and I know it fucking hurts. Because like fuck, like how hard is it for them to say that word, right?
Shit.
How hard is it for them to say I love you? They might say te quiero mucho, mijo, but te quiero doesn't mean the same as te amo.
Yeah, in Spanish, I always felt that amo felt
It
a little
feels
weird,
weird, yeah, bro, but
but
still, you
but
know.
I feel like los amo un chingo. Well, I mean, I guess if you say it like that, I feel like
But maybe as maybe in our teenage years or maybe early 20s, like that sounds fucking gay. I don't know.
yeah, no, not even that.
Not
It's
te
like
amo.
it just sounds like a romantic love as opposed to like a familial love. I think that was always kind of like my interpretation.
But why can't it be romantic in a family way, bro? As far as
Well, that's what
you
I'm
know,
saying. It's not. I think that's probably just
because
me.
we say no, it's not you because I felt like that too. Like fuck, like I know I love my
Man,
mom, but
but I'm not tell like I te amo.
damn, you know.
I don't know. I
But
don't know
then,
if but I think what it is
but
is in Spanish, and maybe that's just my experience. Is
it's
whenever
just
I've
tough.
heard te amo, is
Yeah, it's to your
because
girlfriend.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was never to your mom.
But
It's always like los quiero un chingo.
quiero un chingo. Yeah, pues yo
Yeah,
también quiero mi carro, quiero mis tacos, quiero mi hamburguesa, pero, I don't want to be compared to a thing, you
yeah.
know? And we have no, you and I do not have a hard time telling our kids, I love you.
Oh no, yeah, that's not it. My daughter comes up to me and Daddy, I love you.
For Freud, but we never even thought about not doing it.
Yeah, I think
Why
the
is it so hard?
words.
Why is it so hard? And not even to our parents, because there's people in our generation that I think don't even say that to their kids.
Yeah. Um. Well, that's the way sometimes people grow up and they stay in their ways. You know. Um. Maybe they were happy with what
I don't like
they
that
got.
answer, but obviously I'm not gonna argue it.
You know,
You know,
like you know, some people maybe just didn't grow up that way, and maybe they just don't feel like they need to. Again, why were our parents like that, right?
right? But if obviously
They showed it in other ways. They showed it with feeding
the
us and making sure that we had clothes, and I love you. I bought you all this food. I bought you all
the
this. You know,
but right, the apple doesn't fall too far away from the tree, right?
yeah,
So why are we like that? If that's the excuse,
yeah. Again, not everybody. Like you said, some people in our generation aren't. We're all different.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
Um,
that's one thing. I don't know if he's on right now, but that's still one of my friend Manny. He sent me a message the other day, right? It was not a message; it was a video about papas not telling their sons, I love you on a daily basis or whenever it was, and how their situation, and I'll put it like mine, where your parents pass away all of a sudden, and you don't even have a chance to tell them, or they don't even have a chance to tell you, even though you know the love is mutual and the caring is there, but how in a blink of an eye, because pride, because maybe we didn't know how to, we were embarrassed, or because between men we don't tell each other I love you, I guess. In a blink of an eye, it goes away, and now a person or people have to live the rest of their lives with that. I don't want to say guilt, but that extra weight on you, and like, fuck, man. I wish I could have said something,
Yeah.
or I wish I could have heard it either at least one more time or for the first time, and that's why when I tell you I am a broken record with my kids, is because I don't want them ever to not hear it from me.
Yeah.
Even if my kids, I como chingas. Well, I don't care. You know?
But obviously, yes. Obviously, the I love yous and
Even
those
though
those.
I'm proud of you, that hey man, you're this, and again I had to go to the times, right, because it's a different time. Sometimes I'll be with my son alone, right, and he's changing a lot right now. It's his hairstyle, the way he
Mm.
dresses, everything is completely different. And I catch him looking in the mirror, and me trying to give him props. I'm like, damn. He's like, what? Fuck. What, Dad? I go, you are him. And I see him smile, right?
Yeah.
You know? Y ya con todo eso ya le dije.
Yeah.
He'll come and he'll try to bring me down. He's like, you're just mad that I'm better than you. I go, that's good though. I want you to be better than me. I
Yeah.
go, this is how much of not of a hater I am, Adrian. I go, that I want you to do better than me. I want you to surpass everything that whatever your dad did. I go, but I want you to prove it to me.
Yeah.
And he just gets that smile. Like, all right. Little things that I guess between boys you could do. Obviously, with girls is different,
You can still
With,
do stuff like that.
yeah, but with my girl showing that effect, I can't tell babe, you are her. She'll be like, what?
No, but it's different. It's not, I'm
Uh,
not saying you have to say that,
with
but
Iris, what I tell her, you know what gets Iris? Hugs. I'll give her a
hugs.
big old bear hug and I'll kiss her, le doy su beso en la cabeza because she's
Yeah.
tiny. And she's like, oh, daddy, daddy, daddy. And I already know that that's her little kind of like cuddling moment, like
Yeah.
that, type
I
thing.
do that too, but like the confidence booster that you gave, Adrian.
Yeah,
What I do with my daughter, like she'll tell me something about school, whatever, right? And like the other day, I went to she's what, 4, and they're introducing math, right?
yeah,
And I'm like, dope. The teacher's like, oh, Emilia did really well. She did her zeros, right? 1 plus 0, 2 plus 0, whatever.
yeah,
It's whatever. It's basic math, right? But she's like, yeah, she finished first. She got them all right. She finished first in the class. And it was like, what? Emilia, you
yeah,
did the math?
yeah,
Yeah, you did it first? wow, you're so smart. I didn't know you were this smart. And you know, oh, shit, she gets all,
Yeah,
you know. I've been trying to stay away from ay que bonita. Oh,
yeah,
you're so pretty. Oh, my beautiful girl. Oh, my princess. Oh, this and that. Because, she's more than that, right?
yeah,
Just like, your son, you don't tell him, que guapo. No, because
yeah,
no, you try to build him up so that, he can do better, he can do this. So I do the same thing with my daughter.
yeah.
I try to build her up with other things besides like the pretty stuff, the princess stuff. So
Uh,
it's hard because hi mi reina, hi mi princesa, my little girl, my princess, whatever.
a mí ya me
Uh,
lo negaron, güey.
huh?
Me lo negó ella.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
go,
y ahora me dice, Daddy, no,
yeah.
I'm sweetie pie. Ah, cabrona. Right?
I mean, no,
So
I want to say about 2 weeks ago, we were in the car going to go pick up Adrian. I go, baby. She's like, Daddy, I'm about to be 10. I go, okay. I'm not a baby anymore. She goes, I'm not a baby anymore. I'm not your baby anymore. I'm your, what did she say? I'm your young lady. I go, no. Y me puse yo con todo necio, right? I go, no, 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 no. I go, you will, I don't care if you're 30, if you're 40, if you're 50, 60, 100 years old. I go, you are always going to be my baby. And she goes, nope, nope, I'm not your baby. I'm not your baby. I'm not, Daddy, you're going to have to let go. You're going to have to let go. Oh, Freud. I don't know wherever you're going to put Emilia to school with, but if they do father daughter dances, agárrate.
I know.
Agárrate.
I've already done like a dance with her, and I was like,
No, agárrate because it's gonna be a school full of little girls and a bunch of grown men, right? Anywhere from mid 20s to late 40s, and they're all dancing with the daughters, bro. And you see, it's dark, and because they make depending on whatever the theme is, it's just like going to a school dance, right? You get to take your picture and this and that, and then the where the DJs everything's dark, right? And obviously the little girls want to go play with their daughter, with their friends, and they te dejan solo, güey. Como el novio, güey, que te dejan con la sudadera o la chaqueta and the drinks, and you're in the corner waiting till they're done mingling with their friends, right?
Simon.
And then the DJ will put a slow song or put one of those, those songs that fucking gets you, bro. And you ahí estás with tu baile holding on to dear life of the last tear that you got to come out. And you look up and all the dads are looking the same. You know? And it's one of those things where you can wait to do it, but also you don't want to do it because it's a smack in the face and letting you know that your daughter's growing up. You know,
Time waits for nobody, baby.
and that, yeah, that time is it's coming, and whether you're ready or not, and whether you're a present father or not, that's where all those little core memories come in, and they're gonna remember it, and you're gonna remember it, and that's one of the ways that we as fathers, even if we have a hard time saying that I love you, that I'm proud of you, that the everything of you is one of the ways that we can show to them that we care, that we're here for them, not for us.
Yeah.
But
Se
you're
vale
in for
llorar, se vale
you're,
llorar, se vale llorar.
you're in for one, bro. You're in for one.
No,
Trust
I
me.
know. That
I'm
girl,
on
that girl, I
I'm
already
on my
know.
I'm on my last one this year, so
She's gonna break me. I already know.
yeah. And
But
then
yeah,
after that
man.
would be the big one, the quinceañera. See if it comes. But
A ver, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that one.
It's
Lo mejor.
agárrate because it's you got 5 years straight of that.
Shit. A ver qué pedo. But but either way, I think it's being able to do that and have that connection with your daughter is awesome.
It's fucking dope, bro. It's
I
fucking
think
dope.
it's again going back to what I wanted to talk about today, and we hit every nail on the head today about communication, how we communicate with our kids, how do we get them to open up to us, and how do we enable them to talk to us, um I think it's important, and the flip side to that, obviously making it possible for them to talk to us, but at the same time showing them at the same time how to show emotion, how to be vulnerable, how to share our feelings with them, um, allows them to kind of mirror what it looks like, right? So si nosotros estamos bien cerrados, pues ellos también van a estar bien cerrados, right?
Yeah,
For us being able to open up, share how we're feeling, being honest with them, would allow us to get that back, and just creating a safe space for them. So, yeah, man, I think that was a great example. I think we had a good one today. Um, we are at the top of the hour, Chris. Any final thoughts here before we shut down? I know we've been having a good talk today.
no, no, everything's good. Again, just I'm just very thankful for everything that I said, my family, my kids, life itself. I didn't forget you brought it up, but obviously I'm very thankful for you. Very thankful for the few friends that I can say are my friends, and obviously you all know who you are, and I'm very thankful for you as well for allowing me to be part of this. That I know that now people are looking forward to. Look forward to hearing this, watching us, listening to us on a monthly basis, and then that just lets us know that we are entertaining enough, and then we're also setting some good entertainment for our Latino fathers and anybody in general that is willing to listen to just two normal guys having a monthly talk about fatherhood and whatever is in between that.
Simon. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, and again, I'm thankful to everything that I said earlier. Obviously, you, Que Padre, family, my life, all the privilege that I've been able to have. I think in the last couple of years has been awesome. I'm excited for the next year. I'm excited for the things to come, and I'm very thankful for everything. Uh, Obviously, with a lot of things, we make a lot of changes in our life every year, and I'm excited for this next year. So it should be a good one, man. It should be a good one. But I think for today, I think we're in a good spot. We touched on everything. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everybody who joined us today. I apologize if we were a minute or two late. I had to help put my daughter down. Está cabrón sometimes, but remember, we're two dads trying to do the thing here too. So we appreciate everybody who jumped on. We appreciate all the comments on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Threads if you're on there too.
Yeah,
Shoot
don't
us a
forget.
message.
Don't forget, we are on all basically platforms except for what?
I don't know. We're not on X.
No, we're not on Twitter either or Snap, but everything else we're there. YouTube, um, uh, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, on Spotify, Apple, Google. We're all on there. So if you guys have the opportunity, go on there, follow us, like us, leave a message, rate it, comments. That all helps us to reach more audience, so that we can do more things.
Yeah.
Again, hopefully there's a lot of stuff coming up this year. Si Dios quiere, we make it to the next year. We continue this for another year. I don't know. Maybe for right now, we'll probably try to do it for our anniversary. So I think we're coming up on our 30th anniversary.
I
If
think
I'm not
so. Yeah.
mistaken. So again, uh, we're on all those platforms. Please subscribe, follow, comment, share. All the above. I would gladly appreciate all that. Gladly appreciate all that. Other
Beautiful.
than that, I am thankful. Thank you, Froy, for another good talk with you. It's always a pleasure. And other than that, just a good night to everybody, and we'll see you hopefully. I don't promise next month, but for sure, again, si Dios quiere, next year.
We'll see you guys. We ain't going nowhere. Como dice that one? We ain't going nowhere. Maybe I should make that the outro, huh?
I
We
don't
ain't
know. I don't think you
going
want to.
nowhere.
Not with his allegations right now.
Oh, true, true, true. Mejor aquí con los tacubos. All right,
Yeah.
guys. You guys have a good night.
All right, guys. Good night.